Mujammil Jafar. You know that today we are studying some examples of eukaryotic transposon. In the previous lecture, we have already studied some examples like the TY element of the yeast and the ACDS system of maize. Today we are going to study the Copia element of Drosophila, FB element of Drosophila, and P element of Drosophila. Now look at the whiteboard and let us try to understand this Copia element. This is the diagram, and this diagram I have already shared in the group. Again, look at this whiteboard. This is the Copia element of the Drosophila, and this Copia element, this is the segment of the DNA. Look here, this is the segment of DNA, and the segment of DNA having this Copia element, which is a transposon, and this Copia element of Drosophila is the best example of retrotransposon or retroposons, and this is a very unique transposon found in Drosophila. And in which way this is unique and it differs from the other transposons? Look, you had studied that a particular transposon has either direct repeat or inverted repeat at their ends. But this transposon, look here, but this transposon has both the direct repeat sequence and inverted repeat sequence. And this direct repeat sequence, as you see here, this direct repeat sequence is also referred to as the LTR. LTR stands for the long terminal repeat, and this inverted repeat stands for this IR stands for inverted repeat. And this the central part of this transposon. The central part of this transposon is the gene meant for transposon, the gene meant for encoding the transposase, which is the key enzyme required for the process of transposition. And this central element, the part of this transposon which is responsible for encoding the transposase consists of about 5.1 kbp. That is 5001. It generally consists of 5100 base pair, or you may write 5.1 kbp. And at both the ends of Copia element, both the direct repeat and inverted repeat sequence are present. Look, this is the right end of this transposon. This is the left end of this transposon. Look, I have just said, pointed out here that the inverted repeat region consists of mostly 1 to 8 base pairs, but it may be consisting of about 15 base pairs. Whereas this LTR region, which is the direct repeat region, which is also variable in size, and the number of base pairs constituting this DR may varies from 268 base pair to 512 base pair, as I have said you. And now this Copia element transposes itself through an RNA intermediate. This part of the transposon, which is to be injected somewhere at the target site there, that is which is also called the site of the transposition. So this part of the DNA and the part of this mobile genetic element which is to be transposed, at first is converted into RNA intermediate, and that RNA is copied into the DNA, and that DNA gets injected at the target site. Therefore, this type of transposon, this is the best example of a retrotransposon. And this you know, just I have told you that this Copia element, the number of this Copia element varies from 10 copies to 80 copies per genome of the Drosophila. What does it mean? It means that the number of this Copia element may be 10 or it may be up to 80 in the genome of Drosophila. And in addition to this Copia element, there have been found some other transposon which are similar, which have some similarity, which resemble with this Copia element, and such elements are called Copia-like element. And there are the three very examples of the Copia-like element, which is known as MDG1, MDG3, and MDG4. And look here, the comparative account of these three Copia-like elements I have written on the whiteboard here. Look, this MDG1 consists of 7.5 kbp, and there may be 25 copies of it in the per genome of Drosophila. Its LTR consists of 42 base pairs, and its IR repeat consists of 13 base pairs. Similarly, MDG3 consists of 5.5 base pairs, and there may be 15 copies per genome. LTR region consists of 283 base pair, and IR consists of 15 base pair. Similarly, this MDG4 consists of 7.3 kbp, and its 10 copies may be present per genome of Drosophila. LTR 479 and IR 5 base pair. So this is you have to write in your, this is all about the copia element. Now look at the FB element. This FB element is also a transposon of the Drosophila, and the unique feature here, I have already mentioned here that the FB element of Drosophila consists of segment of the transposable segment, and it is not yet clear whether there is presence of the gene meant for encoding transposase. But the unique feature of this FB element of Drosophila is that the inverted repeat region. Look here, the inverted repeat region of the FB element is long inside, which may be consisting of about 200 to 1200 base pairs, and this IR repeat are present at both the ends. And this transposon is very important because of having conserved segments in the sequencing in the IR region. Now you have to also to understand this P element of Drosophila. P element of Drosophila is very unique. This P element of Drosophila does not transpose itself through the RNA intermediate. It does not require the formation of any RNA intermediate, and this transposon consists of at least four ORF region, open reading frame region. The ORF1 encode transposase, the ORF2 transposase encode the repressor protein, and the P element of Drosophila has STR region, short terminal repeat at the end, and which consists of 31 base pairs. So this is the P element of Drosophila, which is not an example of heterotransposon. Rather, it transposes itself in the form of DNA, not in the form. It does not require the formation of any RNA intermediate. So this is all about these three transposon: copia-like elements, FB elements, copia-like elements, FB elements, and P elements of Drosophila. Hello, Sabha, Ujma. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Am I clear to all of you?
Yes, sir. Abura.
Now let me know. Just this is the final touch to the transposons. Everything related to transposon has been discussed now. And now I want to have interaction with you, and I want to know something from you. Safia, define transposons. Define transposon. Sabha.
Sir.
What are transposons? Now today it is the concluding lecture on the transposon. Now I have given the final touch to both the prokaryotic and eukaryotic transposon today. Now there will be no discussion on transposon. The entire discussion on the transposon has been completed now, and this chapter has come to end today. Now in the next lecture we will be starting the. I think that in the next lecture, or either from the Monday, we will be starting the course of part 3rd. This is my concluding lecture on the molecular biology included in the BSc Biotech Part 2 molecular